I'm also going to talk about this class over here, class number 5 of commercial gilts. Who thought this class was kind of tough? I see a few hands. So you turn your back to the class and initially you think it's going to be pretty tough. But honestly, the committee kind of broke it down, and we kind of stayed calm, and we were able to find a pretty logical placing in our opinion. So the first thing that we did, we kind of decided that there's one gilt in here that got off in terms of her top line. She's rounder in terms of her hip, and when you evaluated her in terms of her rib shape, she wasn't very good in terms of her rib shape. She got a little bit higher into her flank and just didn't offer that, look of, a lot of these gilts had made it into the grand drive or won shows, but she didn't necessarily strike us as one that needed to go to the top of our card very fast. So we went ahead and bottomed that one, and that's the Duroc gilt. And that would be number 3. And if you didn't find her 4th, we went ahead and cut you 3. From there, we found gilts that all had their advantages, but they all also had their issues. So let's just go ahead and talk about each one of them. The one gilt, that was the Chester gilt, the white gilt, down ears. That one is very deep and productive in terms of her body. When that one went, she was really strong and flexible in her toes. She planted and pushed with a ton of authority off of either end of her skeleton while still remaining square going away from you. But that thing's kind of buffalo fronted. She's awfully round in terms of her hip, and she's very, very, very stale. Has no muscle shape. She's been out of her prime for a long, long time now. The 2 gilt, which is the blue hog, we kind of called that the enough hog. She's got enough body, she's got some power, she's got some shape. When that one goes, she plants and pushes with enough authority. Yeah, she wants to get a little bit rounder out of her hip, and she might not have just the boldest cage laid into her, but we still called it good enough. Then we had the 4 gilt, which was the belted hog, really long-bodied and big-scaled, moved with a ton of comfort. She stepped down on a big foot, and she was by far the freshest in terms of her muscle shape and expression. But when you evaluated that one is very, very hard-doing. She's very flat in terms of her forerib, really shallow-bodied, and cut up into her flank. With that being said, we kind of prioritized this in terms of, being the complete type of hogs that we'd want to take home, and we went ahead and wrote it 2-1, 4-3, cuts of 2, 2, and 3. Again, 2-1, 4-3, cuts of 2, 2, 3.